Okay, year 8, I've got a little quiz for you today, and the quiz is based on the previous lesson on testing if a triangle is right angled using Pythagoras' theorem. What I'd like you to do is to copy this down into your books, this question and this question. Make sure you leave some space for the working out, and then I want you to pause the video and have a go at the questions and see if your working out matches mine. Because remember, the working out is quite specific. So pause the video, have a go at these questions. Then play the video to see if you get the correct answers. Okay, so here's a question here. We've got to use Pythagoras' theorem to determine if the triangles are right angled. Now remember, Pythagoras' theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared for a right angled triangle. A, B, C. Okay? That's what we did. Now we're going to see if this triangle is right angled by seeing if it fits this formula. Now, first thing to do is to label the longest side C. Alright? And the other two sides A and B. Now, the way that I showed you was to draw a little table, and you're going to check a squared plus b squared with c squared. You're going to see if the two columns are equal. Now a squared is 5 squared plus b squared, which is 12 squared. Right? That gives you 25 plus 144, which is 169. Okay? Now let's look at c squared. C is 13, so c squared is 13 squared, which is also 169. So because these numbers are the same, because they match, we can say that a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. So I could say, therefore, a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared, which means the triangle is right angled. Okay, so there's two parts to your working out. You've got to do the table, and then you've got to do the conclusion at the end. Okay, there's two parts to the conclusion. You have to make a little equality statement there, and then you have to write down what that means. Okay, so three things I want to see: the table, the equation, and then a little written statement about your answer. Okay, part B, let's try part B now. Now, same thing as before, the longest side is C, and the other two sides are A and B. Alright, now same technique as before, we're going to do a little table. A squared plus B squared here, C squared there. And we're seeing if A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Now A is 4, so we get 4 squared plus, B is 8, so that's plus 8 squared. That gives you 16 plus 64, which is 80. C squared over here, well that's 10 squared, which is 100. Now you can see here the numbers are different. The numbers are different. So a squared plus b squared does not equal c squared. Okay? So that's what I'm going to write down. A squared plus b squared is not equal to c squared. Now the not equal symbol is just an equal sign with a line through it. Okay? That little symbol there is not equal. Right? Therefore, triangle is not right angled. Okay, so again, you do the table, you compare the two numbers, right? They're different, so you have to say that a squared plus b squared is not equal to c squared. They're different. Therefore, the triangle is not right angled. Okay? Make sure, if your working out was not the same as mine, make sure that you copy it down so that the working out is the same.